Hey guys, so I haven't made an SJW specific video for a while actually once I looked at my video library. Don't get me wrong, they were all based on leftist economics or politics, but they were not really focused on the angle of political correctness. Just today I saw a brilliant article which perfectly explains the SJW logic. You have to see the title. It's from The Guardian, a shit newspaper, and it reads, let me show it to you on the screen, quote, "Don't play identity politics," unquote. The primal scream of the straight white male.
Trigger warning. This video violates all forms of safe spaces. Leftists, run immediately.
You're fucking fight!
Just right at the bat, the author, Hadley Freeman, idiot, makes an intention known to attack the white male, which, of course, the SJWs really hate the white male. It gets even better once you get into the article specifically. Let's actually start with the subtext right below the article. Donald Trump appealed unshamedly to white men, yet its members of that very group now accuse others of being divisive. Yeah, no, they do. The whole left divides people based on race, gender, ethnicity, class, sexual orientation, and whether or not a man has a dick or doesn't have a dick. Leftism itself is based on division, and they're correct in accusing those people of being divisive. Moving on. An intriguing theory has recently taken toll, fast calcifying into received wisdom. Hillary Clinton, so it goes, lost the US election because she played identity politics. Yes, she did. The idea has been enthusiastically endorsed by, among others, Bernie Sanders. Quote, "It's not enough for somebody to say, 'I'm a woman. Vote for me,'" he said, as if Clinton ever once argued this. Let's stop there. What was her slogan? "I'm with her." She made it abundantly clear that she would be the first female president with the whole "let's break the barriers" bullshit. We all know she played identity politics even more than the first black president. I may have issues with Obama, but he kept his African American heritage pretty low key. It was the same with Clinton because that was the only way she could get elected because she's a corrupt crook. And Mark Lilo in the New York Times, who described as a strategic mistake Clinton's tendency to slip into the rhetoric of diversity, calling out explicitly to African Americans, Latino, LGBT, and women voters at every stop. Correct. Her whole shtick was based on getting people towards groups, telling African Americans, LGBT people, and Latinos that Donald Trump hates you, so vote for me. Don't vote for me because of my policies because, they suck, but still vote for me because of who you are and stuff they can't change. Moving on. Like I say, it's a fascinating theory in its underlying insinuations and its demonstrable wrongness. To point out that, in the vast main, the identity politics skeptics are white males whose articles are filled with quotes from other white men. Doubtless sounds like I'm playing the identity game, and it is one of those awkward things called, quote, facts. What the fuck? What does that even mean? I don't get this. Let me try and unpack this. I'll just give it an attempt. So you're saying I am a identity politics skeptic. I actually detest it. So when I quote people in, say, an article I make, you're assuming that the people who are identity politics skeptics are doing so because they want to quote white men specifically. When I search for quotes, I never type in the best quotes done by white men. Like, that isn't a criteria for picking a quote. I don't think of the white man when I'm deciding which quote to use. I just look at the content within the quote, and if I agree with that, I still don't understand. But the author is an idiot. No, Trump's campaign was about the economy, his defenders cry. And indeed it was. And that Trump promised the old manufacturing jobs, which would come back to the overwhelmingly white rural areas, which certainly won't happen. I agree with that. And massive tax cuts to the white super rich, which almost certainly will. See if you can spot the common denominator in those demographics. One problem with that theory. Trump is cutting taxes for every American, regardless of if they're white, black, Hispanic, or whatever color. I agree with the theory that I don't think the manufacturing jobs are going to come back. I'll just speak that right now. I don't believe in protectionism. But the tax cut theory is total and utter bullshit. And if we were to continue going on with this identity politics game, Asians would be very disproportionately benefited by this, meaning that Trump loves the Asians. Fuck you. Finally, to end off with, and yet 88% of African Americans and 65% of Latinos voted for Clinton. That Clinton lost the election is further evidence that the Electoral College is itself bogged down in its identity politics, given its bias towards white voters, with 1 vote in the white rural areas worth as much as 3 votes in states such as California with racially diverse big cities.
All around me are familiar faces.
You do know that America wasn't very diverse when the founding fathers created the system? It was meant to protect the interests of the farming rural areas against big urban cities. But let's keep on going with this totally absurd logic. Let's take some of the most diverse states in the Union: Louisiana, Mississippi, and Georgia. How many electoral votes do they have? I'm still waiting for a response. All I'm hearing is crickets. Can I get a response really quick? Because it sounds like you've been defeated with arguments. What about really important swing states such as Pennsylvania and Ohio, which are 85% white? How many electoral votes do they have? Can I get a response? I'm still hearing crickets, dumbass. But there's an important point made. She pointed out that 88% of blacks voted for Clinton and 65% of Latinos voted for Clinton. There's always the other percentage. What about the 8% of blacks that voted for Trump? What about the 29% of Hispanics that voted for Trump? What about the 29% of Asians that voted for Trump? They're not white males, are they? Yet I'm sure they very much hate the identity politics spewed by the left. That's why they voted for Trump. All in all this is an attempt is to take a snap at the white male because they hate white males. They believe that all of the problems in the world are caused by white males. It in itself is very racist and sexist, but they don't care because it's against white males. I'll end off with a note to The Guardian. While I despise most of their work, under the days of Mrs. Thatcher, they at least put on some real journalistic integrity in trying to hold the Prime Minister into account. All this has become now The Guardian, the newspaper, some phony ideologue newspaper. Just look at the coverage of Brexit and the 2016 US election and you'll know everything about that. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video on The Guardian Hates White Males. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you like the content. There are tons more new videos planned to be released very soon, and I hope you enjoy every single one of them. I'll catch you very soon on the next video. See you.